When I was a little girl, I loved to play dress up. My spirit delighted in vibrant colors and wacky outfit combinations. But as I grew up, I learned to fear my body and became a stranger to myself. As an adolescent, my changing body became an unwelcomed invitation to the judgments of other people. My curves ignited threats to my safety from the men around me. My self-expression was considered too loud and inappropriate for any school dress code. The dressing room was no longer my sanctuary. It was my war zone, and my body was my enemy. It has been a long journey back to a place where I love the skin I'm in. The softness of my tummy, the roundness of my cheeks, the fleshiness of my thighs, the sensuality of my hips, waists, and breasts. With colorful fabrics and bold earrings, I have learned to play again, to find joy in the body that I have in each moment, and to reclaim the joy and delight I once had as a little girl playing dress up. Hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome to the Self-Love Garden, where I share tools, skills, and practices to help you fall madly in love with yourself and your body. I'm your host, Ana Marquez, and I am a self-love and body image coach. If this is your first time joining me here, please do me a favor and write your name and where you're watching this in the comments below so I can officially welcome you into the community and cheer you on in your self-love journey. Woo! In today's episode, I am going to be sharing with you how you can reclaim fashion as a tool for self-love. For many of us, fashion can have a huge impact on the way that we perceive our sense of self, identity, and body image. And when it is used as a tool for self-love, it can help us feel aligned and connected with our innermost self. It can support us in expressing our core identity and core desires and emotions. And it can even improve feelings of joy, happiness, and confidence. Sadly, this is not the experience and reality for many of us when it comes to clothing, style, and fashion. And this is because, sadly, many of us, myself included, have extremely painful and traumatic memories associated with how we have been or how we are treated and perceived and judged because of the way that we dress, because of our clothing, or because of how our bodies are. Now, I know for myself, I have so many memories that come to mind that really invoke a lot of emotions and a lot of pain, especially memories where I distinctly remember feeling like I was unworthy, unsafe, or unacceptable because of what I was wearing and because of how the clothes looked on my body and were perceived by others. There is a lot here to uncover and dig through, and I encourage you as I go through this video to be really gentle with yourself as some of these memories might be evoked, and to just extend compassion to yourself because there is a lot there. The reason it is important to reclaim fashion specifically as a tool for self-love is because, let's face it, unless you are living in some beautiful, inclusive, body positive, wonderful nudist colony paradise, then you have to wear clothes every single day that you go out and interact with the world. And the truth is, our bodies and our clothes are kind of the first line of defense to protect us from being harmed. And so what happens as we grow up and go through the world is we start to build these protective layers, right? We learn what is acceptable to wear. We learn what is going to keep us safe. We learn what is going to be maybe help us to be invisible in certain crowds or from certain people. We learn what's going to make us be more attractive, even if these things are not aligned with how we really want to dress and how we wish we could dress. We do this as a form of self-preservation and protection and survival. And there is nothing wrong with that, because let's face it, our society is full of bullying and judgment and harassment and punishment. And you got to do what you got to do to survive, right? You have to do what you have to do to feel safe and to feel like you're okay. With that being said, the other side of that is that it can also cause a disconnect from yourself and feeling in love with yourself and your body when you're not dressing or expressing yourself in a way that is true to who you are. It's tough. It's really, really tough, because there is a constant negotiation between, do I dress for my self-expression or do I dress for my safety? Do I dress to accept myself or to be accepted by others? Do I dress to feel worthy in my skin and in my body? Or do I dress to feel worthy for my profession, for the world around me, for my family, for my friends? Ideally, we can, have these things be one, but that's not always the case. So I want to share 3 tips that I have for you on how you can start to reclaim fashion as a tool for self-love, so that you can reconnect with your inner self, so that you can express your authentic identity, and that you can improve your joy and confidence. Now, my goal and intention with this is that you can start doing this in a place where you feel safe, right? Perhaps your own home or your room or a friend's house. And then slowly but surely, you can start to integrate these things into how you express yourself and how you dress in the outside world. My first tip that you have to do is you first need to reflect. You need to start by bringing awareness to what your connection is with fashion and how it has impacted your sense of self, your identity, and your body image. Now, I really urge you to be in a space where you feel safe as you go through this exercise, because this is going to evoke probably some difficult emotions, and I want you to be in a space where you can nurture yourself and take care of yourself. So the 2 questions I have for you around this are, number 1, what memories do you have around fashion and clothing where something you wore made you feel unaccepted, unworthy, or unsafe? And chances are this is going to be because of how the outside world perceived you, how maybe family members or peers judged you, comments that were made. So I want you to first bring awareness to this. And as you do this, bring immense compassion as well. And just journal what those memories are, and let whatever emotions come to the surface come to the surface. As you do that, I want you to dig a little bit deeper and identify, how old were you? What was the setting? Who was around you? Who were these people? And the reason I want you to bring attention to this is so that you can discover that those judgments came from the external world. Those are not the truth, right? Sometimes what can happen is we hear these horrible comments or horrible judgments, sometimes even from people that we love, and we integrate that into our truth when it's really not. And so we need to identify who said those things, what place made me feel unsafe, what people made me feel unworthy or unaccepted, so that I can disconnect that from my true self. The second question that I want you to reflect on is the opposite of that. What memories do you have of feeling safe, accepted, and worthy because of what you were wearing or how you were dressed? Now, this doesn't necessarily even mean like, you going out to a party and dressing a certain way and feeling super sexy and attractive, although that can certainly be an example. It could truly even be just cozying up on your couch in your pajamas and a fluffy robe. And I want you to bring those memories to the surface and pause and take a minute to really feel what that emotion feels like, so that you can invite more of that emotional energy into your day to day and start to identify where are those places that you feel safe, worthy, and accepted. And then you can start asking yourself, how can I spend more time in these places? How can I spend more time and energy dressing this way that makes me feel really good? The second tip that I have for you is to reconnect with your inner child, your inner teen, as well as the energy and emotions that you want more of. So to integrate this into your fashion and the way you dress, what you would do is simply go to your closet and ask yourself, how does my inner child want to dress today? And you invite your inner child to your closet with you. Let's go shopping in the closet. Come on, little Anna, let's go. And you're going to ask her to pick your outfit. And you're going to step aside and she's going to choose every accessory. She's going to choose your shoes. She's going to choose your outfit. She's going to choose your hairdo. And see what she comes up with. And do this at a time where you don't necessarily have to go anywhere, but maybe at a time where you're just hanging out with yourself, right? So that you don't have to expose yourself to the judgments of the outside world. Now, if you're feeling brave, you certainly can do that. And I love to do that on days when I'm feeling off. I'll ask myself, hey, little Anna, what do you want to wear today? And she'll wear like pigtails and all sorts of fun stuff. Glitter, she loves glitter. So get to know your inner child. A lot of times when we were children, that is when we did feel safe and free to express ourselves without abandon and without fear. So try to reconnect with that part of yourself when you're getting dressed. Next, I want you to ask your inner teenager. Okay, inner teen, how do you want to dress? If you could wear anything you wanted and not get in trouble, what would you want to wear? Now, she might be super rebellious or really quirky. Who knows until you invite her to the surface. A lot of times when we go through adolescence, this is really where we learn that how we dress and how our bodies are is not acceptable, safe, or worthy, and that we don't belong. So actively inviting your inner teen to make the decisions for you can be deeply, deeply healing, because that is probably the part of yourself that carries the most of your pain associated with fashion. I know it certainly was for me. Now, another layer to this is to invite certain energies or emotions that you want to invoke for that day. So an example of that might be, oh, I have just been feeling really disconnected from my sexiness and my sensuality. So I want to reconnect and invite my sensuality in. If I were to just allow my sensuality to get myself dressed, what would that look like? If sensuality were a person, how would she dress and dress that way? Or maybe it's joy. I've just been feeling really down and out about the world and myself. Okay, let's invite joy in. Joy, and personify joy. How do you want to dress today? For me, that comes as, colorful yellows and bright colors and lots of layers, and joy is kind of quirky and artsy, and just invite that in. So again, you have different energies and emotions that you want to invoke more of. Tip number 3, and this is going to be a challenge that I have for you, or I should say an invitation that I have for you for the next 3 days, and that's it. Every single day, I want you to choose one item of clothing, one accessory, or maybe even one way of doing your hair or your makeup that feels aligned with your inner self, that expresses your true, authentic self. So it doesn't need to be the whole outfit, it doesn't need to be the whole getup, but what is one thing that you can add to your outfit that you can sprinkle in there to feel just a little more connected and expressive of yourself? So that might be really big earrings. That's what I like to do. Even when I have to go into work and dress super professional, I wear these huge, big ass earrings, and that always makes me feel more connected and expressive. Maybe it's a bold lipstick, or glittery, glimmery eyeshadow, or space buns, or a top with a quote that you love. So see if you can just play with that every single day, and just do this for the next 3 days. And over time, see if you can just keep adding to that if you want to take it to the next level. So maybe the next 3 days, it's just one thing, but maybe the 3 days after that, you do 2 things. So little by little, you're just building that up and learning how to reclaim fashion as a tool for self-love. To close us out, I want to leave you with 3 affirmations that I think will empower you through this process of reclaiming fashion as a tool for self-love. First, I am free to be me. Second affirmation, I am worthy, safe, and accepted just as I am. And 3, I love to express myself. I love to express myself. Thank you so much for joining me here and for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Now, if you are feeling inspired and want to keep the momentum going, then I invite you to head to the link below and sign up for my free mini course called How to Love Your Body in 3 Days. Every day, you will receive a new email with a fresh tip, journal prompts, and guided meditations to help you learn how to love your body exactly as it is in this moment. I know you are going to absolutely love it, and I can't wait to keep supporting you on your self-love journey. Until we see each other again, please remember that practicing self-love every day keeps the hate away, so take just 5 minutes and practice today. Can't wait to see you again soon. Take care.